All right, folks, up next, we've got the gold medal match, Irina Tereschenko and Adam Stone versus Jesse Irvine and Jeff Warnick. It's been quite a day for them. 18-team draw. Irvine and Warnick, of course, just having defeated Stratman and Young 11-7, 11-7 in the bronze medal match. Had made it through here to the upper bracket finals, defeating a number of teams, including Michel Louis and Ernesto Fiardo, 11-7, 11-4. Big tiebreaker with Garricky and Devier, 11-7, 11-13, 11-7. And of course, Tereschenko and Stone, they had not been defeated all day, with wins over Anderson and Smith, McGrath and Smith, and then of course defeating Irvine and Warnick 11-9, 13-11. We've got a couple of highlight videos here that Steve Taylor from Digital Spatula has put together for your viewing enjoyment. Here they come. And now for the highlight reel with undefeated Irina Tereschenko and Adam Stone.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the inaugural California Open down in Fountain Valley, Los Cab Sports Village, where we've got the mixed doubles pro final. The teams getting ready to do battle is Jeffrey Warnick and Jesse Irvine. versus Adam Stone and Irina Tereschenko. Tereschenko and Stone are coming from the winner's bracket, so they have the advantage here. Warnick and Irvine will need to beat them twice if they want to secure gold in the inaugural tournament here. The referee is just getting organised as the players. These are all good friends out there. Hopefully it'll be a well-spirited event. This is one of the first times that Stone and Tereschenko have played together, but there are a couple of elite players who have gelled perfectly well so far. Tereschenko took the silver medal in the women's singles yesterday, so she's already had a good tournament. Curious online who the betting favourite here might be. I think it's going to be tough for either Stone or Tereschenko to get through the Warnick onslaught. Traditional style of pickleball doesn't work against him, and Jessie has a level of power that is unmatched in the women's game, and I'll be honest, in the vast majority of the men's game. In the bronze medal match, Irvine and Warnick beat Stratman and Young 11-7, 11-7. That was a fun-filled event. They're just getting warmed up again. If you notice here, Jessie spending a lot of time in that transition area. It's such an important part of the court to be proficient in. I find a lot of players have been told at some point to hit a third ball and then rush to the kitchen line. Unfortunately, that isn't a sustainable activity once you get to the higher levels, where fourth and sixth balls coming back generally keep you in place until you work your way forward in phases of operation, so to speak. So we've got a gearbox player in Warnick engage with Irvine, and a couple of Paddletech players, Stone and Tereschenko, who are taking their place on the court as we speak. I think to a large extent Tereschenko and Stone are going to look to play chess, while Irvine and Warnick slightly more checkers. Referee possibly just coming out of the restroom. I wonder who was going to get the task here today. On the court, I believe it's Tereschenko who has seniority. And when I say that, I mean has played the most amount of pickleball between all four players. Irvine, relatively new to the game, but has definitely made waves. She was the 2019 mixed doubles tournament of champion, where she partnered up with Mr. Ben Johns, who is no stranger to victory. Irvine and Warnick train together, play together, live fairly close, and are just great friends. So that's something that has to account for a lot in this game. And there's a level of camaraderie that helps a team succeed when it's your good friend next to you. I had the pleasure of playing with Caitlin Christian today. I'm a big fan of hers. there's some fierce warming up. It is often a battle to see who is going to win the warm-up. Tereschenko moving in methodically. I'm going to guess that a lot of the third balls from the Warnick and Irvine team are literally just going to be directed towards the oncoming returner. I'm not sure there's a massive reach advantage from either Stone or Tereschenko. Tereschenko a little taller than Stone, but he does a great job of getting low and taking balls out of the air. And also very, very aggressive on any third shot that bounces relatively short in the kitchen and rises to an apex that is attackable as well. Tends to really get a good slap on it. Jesse does the same thing for the Warnick-Irvine camp. Hopefully these four are not overly warm by the time the ref graces us with their presence. You tend to find when you get to the bronze and gold medal matches that it is a real battle of decision making, who can maintain the appropriate level of patience, and who is comfortable taking the risks at the right times. I imagine that Irina and Adam are going to have to really pick their targets on the return of serve especially. Warnick has been serving very, very well recently. He's putting a lot more action on the ball. Jessie on her drives on the third shots, she's able to pinpoint very low to the net, and generally with great accuracy. There's a foot fault there. All right, we're just moments away from getting the show on the road. Referee just sourcing a couple of line judges. And I do not envy a line judge that disagrees with a Warnick call. This coverage today is brought to you by Pro Pickleball. Some high quality streaming, some exciting new technical equipment coming into today's production that I'm very excited to see where that goes. And I am brought to you by Coach Me Pickleball. www.coachmepickleball.com. Head over there. Incredible resource for online lessons. I'm also brought to you by my parents. I think they played a huge role in me being alive today. Players just getting a last minute drink. Paddle check from the referee. And there'll be a 1 or 2 being decided upon, as is tradition. right, I think we've established first servers. The sides, the outfit choices. For my money, best dressed at the moment looks like Jesse Irvine. Close second is the referee. Third place is a bit of a mix. It appears that Irvine and Warnick are serving first. Tereschenko just taking a moment to tie her shoelaces, as conventional wisdom would suggest. All right, and we're stalling once more. We do apologize for the delay here, folks. Or not. It's good to extend the suspense. But referee doing their due diligence. I'm never a fan of trying to say due diligence, but I feel like I've nailed it there, so that's good. Try it at home. It's much harder than it sounds. All right, we are underway. 0-0-2, Irvine serving to Tereschenko. And Stone getting a hold of a high fifth. So we've got an early side out. Tereschenko now serving to Irvine. 0-0-1. And a switch after the serve. Some fun tactics early. An attempt at the Ernie. And that's a good looking leave. Early call there from Stone. I believe Irina had planned to let that one go regardless. And they're on the board with 1-0-1. And that is a blast through the middle from Warnick. Ever the forehand advocate, has never once hit a backhand in his life. And I'm not just saying that, he only uses one side of the paddle. Therefore every paddle lasts twice as long. It's a pretty good system, I guess. And uncharacteristic error there from Irvine. Fairly routine dink, possibly feeling the pressure early. 2-0-2, Stone serving to Warnick. Slice return. And that's great touch from Tereschenko. Really the backbone of their team. Great defense there from Irvine, but fantastic attacking from Tereschenko. And the girls are at it again. I love it. Wow. Just enough to keep Jeff honest wide and tried to slice the dink down the line. That's a tough thing to do. 0-3-1. The 1-3-2. Nice looking ball there from Stone to catch Irvine on the move. So important to get yourself planted in an effort to play effective 5th and 7th balls in transition. Three, 1-2. You don't see this too often. You see that often, but not too often you get to see the guys versus the girls in mixed doubles backhand to backhand dink wars. And Stone replying with some ferocity there. Fun fact, growing up, Adam Stone's nickname was Pebbles. I think that's adorable. Okay, here we go. 3-1-1, Stone to serve to Warnick. Good use of the net. And we've settled into another backhand to backhand dink rally until Mr. Warnick gets involved in the long arm of the kitchen. Three, 1-2. Boom. Once Warnick gets in there and puts some authority on one ball, he tends to really crowd the middle in an effort to continue to get a hold of the forthcoming balls. And Irvine, knowing that one of their side's great strengths is his wingspan, his range, is happy to let him do it, and rightly so. Stone hoping that one was going to go out. There's a little miscommunication. Both players knowing, not quite sure. It is a new partnership, so it's bound to happen. And, oh, has anyone ever successfully lobbed Jeff? I'm not sure. And the trend hasn't started today. Warnick just catching his breath after possibly thinking about retrieving that lob. Oh, beautiful dinking cross court. Forced the error from Stone. It was certainly a great dink, but realistically, one of the things that forced that error was the presence of Warnick on the other side, knowing that it has to be absolutely millimeter perfect to stay out of his reach. And this could happen again. Stone's finding out that it's not that easy to beat Jesse Irvine in a cross-court dink battle. And we've got a tied game here, 3-3-1. And a Tereschenko screaming in out of nowhere with a fantastic drive, forehand volley up the middle, forces the error from Warnick. Stone has blasted that ball into oblivion. Let's possibly check that one for cracks. 4-3-2 is the score. And Tereschenko moving in early, predicting the effectiveness of the stone drive. And Warnick, I don't know if he anticipated it or just had the skill to manage to get the paddle on it, but fantastic, almost a full cobra slash scorpion maneuver there. And that just happened again. It does appear that Jeff is chewing gum. Wasn't sure that's allowed. Oh well, his parents will have a talking to him, I'm sure. And with a deep cry of anguish, that two-handed backhand counter punch lob, I guess you could call it, has sailed long. Warnick has always been known for his power and deceptiveness and reach. Jeez! That ball was probably going to land 2 feet short of the kitchen line, and Warnick has found a way to turn it into an attackable opportunity. (5-5-2). It's a tight game. Anyone's. What I was alluding to before was Jeff's skill in the soft game has certainly improved over the last year or so. He's obviously maintained the power and actually built on his power game as well. Man likes to lift a few weights. Strength and conditioning is an ever important part of the game as we enter into the world of professional pickleball, even more so. (5-5-1). Nice looking return there from Stone. And a ball that was literally 15 to 20 feet away from the court, but rolling in the direction, has stopped play. So we're back at 5-5-1. Warnick out of nowhere. He's there, and then he's not, and then he's over there. Irvine just leaving the court momentarily to replace a barrier between 2 courts. (6-5-1). Warnick serving to Tereschenko. The Stone-Tereschenko duo are going to have to make a change here if they're going to avoid the big fella from getting involved too easily. And there's some stern paddle dropping as a timeout is called. I would imagine putting Irvine heads up with Jesse could be a plan. I mean cross court from Jesse, because it does appear that Jesse is comfortable going cross court with the backhand dink of Adam Stone. Stone certainly one of the most improved players on tour in the last year or two, has cleaned up his decision making, patience to the level that he is now able to compete and win with and against the best of the best. coming back in from the timeout, and it is 7-5-1. Warnick serving to Stone. And they've managed to get the ball over to Irvine. Popped it up just a little high, and Jeff careening in early. 7-5-2 is the score. Still in control, but it is a tight game. And it's an effective timeout from the Tereschenko Stone team, halting the momentum and bringing back the serve. That's too good. Ball looked like it just skipped off the line slightly. Made it tough for Stone to get a hold of it. Seven, 5-1. Warnick and Irvine, another opportunity to score. God, Warnick is just looking to pounce. He just wants anything. And that's a free point. In the past, when I have had success against Mr. Warnick, and I'll be honest, it's not always successful, but finding that one dink that keeps him honest. But right now, Jessie is doing a good job of playing her dinks largely cross-court, and that keeps Jeff in good position and avoids Tereschenko being able to play effective cross-court forehand dinks that Jeff might be baited into attacking. So strategically, they're on point. And it'll be very interesting to see what kind of changes Tereschenko and Stone can make. However, they are coming from the winner's bracket. So Warnick and Irvine will need to beat them twice. Firstly in a game, a 2 out of 3 games to 11, win by 2. Followed by a 15-point decider. Nine, 5-1 is the score. Settling back into a Stone Irvine dink battle, and Stone doing a little more here. Let's see if he can't keep this ball either effectively away from Jeff. Alright, this is more like it. It always looks very methodical. Both the Irvine and Stone dink technique just doesn't look like they're going to miss much. That's not going to work though. And Jeff, that's exactly what he was hoping for. Stone to lose a little patience. 10-5-1. And this point for game number 1, that is a weak third ball from Warnick, but they have a second chance. Let's see if Irvine can right the ship. Nice looking deep return there from Stone. Oh, that's good night. And Warnick getting in there with an impressive flick through the middle. That was generally the theme of game 1. Some lovely dink battles between Irvine and Stone, and some intercepts, the likes of which your average person is never going to see in a lifelong pickleball endeavor. Warnick does that to the best of us. It's kind of frustrating, but we're going to deal with it. We're going to see what happens in game number 2. What kind of changes Stone and Tereschenko can make. to combat the effective strategy and all-round skill and ability of Irvine Warnick. What do you think they can do at home there? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Curious if anyone has any words of wisdom for our team here, ready to do battle. Play is just about to get underway. Referee just about to start time again. 0-0-2 is the score. Tereschenko. Oh, and another switch again. They did that on the first point of the first game. Didn't work out. Didn't work out there either. But still fun to watch. (0-0-1). Nice looking deep return there from Tereschenko. And she gets a hold of the fourth ball as well. Possesses a lot of topspin on the forehand especially. Oh, and Tereschenko, fantastic hands to deal with the Warnick onslaught, but there he is again, just being large and in charge. You know, not in the heavy set way, obviously. He's pretty lean. Irvine not happy with her attack there. And 0-1-1 is the score. And we're back into an Irvine Stone dinking, and generally that is a great shot from Adam Stone. Unfortunately not against Jeff. Oh well, let's see if he learns from that mistake, or if he does what generally we all do. But it's a free point there. 1-1-2 as that forehand from Irvine sails long. And that is out. There's a level of frustration now coming. Understandable. One. Fairly short return there from from Warnick, sorry. And that's a fantastic attack from Irina. She went all in on that one. The ball may have been sailing long, but it was close enough to the moneymaker of Jeff Warnick for him to elect to hit it. And that has caught the line, I guess, and skipped through. It is the one downside to temporary courts. These nets provided by C&D pickleball nets are of a fantastic quality, but they are using taped lines, which have a drawback. However, certainly the lesser of two evils. 1-2-1 is the score. Stone serving to Irvine. Oh, and Stone has won one. That's going to give the young man some confidence. 2-2-1 is the score. And Irvine just letting loose with that one-handed backhand. She often uses the two tends to have a greater ability to draw the ball down into the court with the two hands. That one, she didn't really have the time to get the other hand on there. And Irina just dropping that one into the net after a good-looking exchange. That's an uncharacteristic error there from Tereschenko. And 2-3-1 is the score. Nice looking drop. Bit of a stretch to get there. Needed to book it a little earlier. Easier said than done. Players generally anticipate a returning side to want to keep them back as often as possible. On that occasion, the ball was just dropped short. 3-3-2 is the score. Warnick serving to Stone. Nice looking drop. Oh, and a beautiful dink. Surprised. And this could be trouble. And it is. He's a wrecking ball. He's a tall wrecking ball that wears glasses. So I guess in all fairness, he's not really a wrecking ball at all. He's a guy. He's tall and he's very good at this game. But still. Ooh. And Stone has read the attack. That looks like a little bit of overconfidence from Jeff, which he is known to do. The man has never been shy. Also, the unofficial world paddle throw champion. That event, of course, at the 2018 Margaritaville National Championships. Over 747 feet. That measurement is possibly inaccurate. I'll get the ruler out. 4-4-2 is the score. Tereschenko serving to Irvine. And unfortunately Stone losing on that battle there, but just by a couple of millimeters. And we've got 4-4-1. Nice rolling dink there from Irina. Stone, the touch of a surgeon to keep it out of the range of Mr. Warnick. And an Ernie from Warnick. I don't think I've seen him do that before. Generally doesn't need to. He typically can touch the net from behind the kitchen. Some would say unfair advantage, but not me, that's fine. And Warnick exclaiming that was too easy to miss. I would politely disagree. It was a wonderful shot from the opponents. That's a sign of high expectations, and you got to respect that. Four, 5-1. Tereschenko serving to Warnick. This could be trouble, but it's not. The Warnick attack wasn't quite what he was hoping for. This is generally what happens after a certain amount of time playing against him. You start to find your range. It's not always going to be perfect, but sometimes you're able to at least get it lower than you had in the first game and give him a tougher time of getting the ball down. All right, I like this this opportunity here. That was unnecessary risk. I think the Tereschenko v Warnick dink battle could be a winning strategy for them, but it takes two teams to tango, and they'll have to work hard to get that play happening more often. Nice looking serve there from Stone, and a great drive. Here we go again with Tereschenko and Warnick. She's hoping to get Warnick to make a bad decision, and at the same time hoping that Adam will be ready for that. Case in point there. One overly ambitious maneuver and a ready and waiting Adam Stone, and suddenly we have 7-5. This is an important point here. They can take this one, 8-5. Could be an imposing lead. However, Irvine responds with authority. It was almost a fadeaway backhand volley, but even with her weight transfer going backwards, she's able to put more power on a backhand volley than the vast majority of mere mortals. Warnick looking up, that's a little bit of miscommunication. Warnick looking for the Ernie. He's tried that 2 or 3 times now. Once it's worked, twice not so much. He appears to be a better player when he's just playing within himself, because within himself is still outside of possibilities of most players. 6-7-2. Stone wondering how that happened. No one knows. Certainly not the crowd. He had a chance there. He may not get the chance again. That's a good looking team play there from Tereschenko and Stone. Seven, 6-1 is the score. And they've extended that lead, 8-6-1. That's a good serve. And that ball has just sailed long. Had a good opportunity. Eight, 6-2 is the score. If they can get one more point here, they can take it to game 3. However, unfortunately Stone has found the top of the net with that one and given back the serve. 6-8-1 is the score. It's nice control on the dinks. They generally notice that Warnick doesn't do a lot of attacking off balls that bounce around the kitchen, but the kind of pressure he imposes to keep the ball away from his volley range is enough to scare small children. And that ball has floated long from Tereschenko. And another point. And they've leveled the scores at 8-8-1. Fairly routine third ball, but Warnick stretching to get it, unable to control the paddle face. Oh, that's just textbook Tereschenko. Her rolling forehand cross-court dink is, well, it's just epic. People have written songs about that dink. I myself, actually not a singer-songwriter. Lovely exchange there between Warnick and Stone. Truly is a David versus Goliath matchup. But at this point, unlike the famed biblical tale, Goliath seems to be getting the better of this. Warnick with the answer. Eight, 8-1. Opportunity to extend the lead and possibly take game 2 and the first match. Ooh, that might have been an option. Jesse Irvine looking to employ a similar strategy as the Lee and Anna Lee Waters type strategy, just hanging back 2 or 3 feet from the line, prepared for the ball to bounce, not looking to take a lot of balls out of the air. And when you've got someone with Jeff's range, that's a fair call. Ooh, that's one of the first balls I've seen Jeff take. Jeff attack off the bounce, sorry. And he's going to do it again. And rightly so, he should pay the price for that. Well done, Irina. Way to teach him a lesson. Let's see if he remembers it. 8-8-1. We've got a bit of a deadlock here, and Irvine pressing a little hard on the return of serve. 9-8-1. This could be a winning battle here when Irina is controlling her dinks at the level in which she is. Fantastic play from the Stone Tereschenko duo. They might be onto something with this partnership. 10-8-1 is the score. This to take game 2 and to force a third. Unfortunate, but they'll get a second chance. 10-8-2. And there we have it. Game 2 to Tereschenko and Stone, forcing a game 3. If you're enjoying this coverage, and I'm sure you are, be sure to share and like on social media. The excellent videography here is coming from Steve Taylor at Digital Spatula, and the live streaming is brought to you by Pro Pickleball. I am brought to you by my parents, David and Susie, who is now Gabby Plum, the former president of the Pickleball Federation of Australia. Or is it the Australian Pickleball Federation? It's one of those two. Oh. Okay.
Practice makes perfect, right? My name is Morgan Evans, and I have to tell you that practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes progress. That's why we've created Coach Me Pickleball. At Coach Me Pickleball, you'll find an extensive and growing library of lessons on topics covering every aspect of pickleball for every level of player. For one small monthly fee, you'll get access to every video in our library, with new content added every month. Check out CoachMePickleball.com to sign up for a free 7-day membership.
Okay, we're coming back in now to the inaugural California Open. This is the mixed doubles pro final. Game 3, Irvine serving to Tereschenko. Warnick and Irvine took game 1. Tereschenko, Stone, game 2. is a blistering forehand put away. Not even the finely skilled hands of young Irina Tereschenko could handle that one. One, 0-2. Curious to see if Irvine has had a chat to Warnick. She certainly is wearing the pants in the relationship. And that ball has sailed a little long, but a good looking kick there from Warnick. He's a talented man, there's no doubt about it. And 1-1-1 is the score. Yes, the writing was on the wall on that one from day one. 1-1-2, Stone serving to Warnick. He's kept that return in. I don't know if blasting against him is the most effective strategy. In the past, the only times that's worked for me was when he was still in sort of mid-court. And it takes a tough bounce or a very challenging serve to do that. Stone doing well here to keep Warnick at bay, knowing that Warnick didn't have a whole lot of success attacking off the bounce in game 2. This is the most amount of dinking we've seen today. And Warnick, oh, he's come in with the sneaky wrong'un and gotten away with that. Just landing inside the line. Put on just enough topspin with that Western forehand grip that seems to hit everything. That's a good pushback. And that's a sign of frustration. Stone looking to tag Warnick. It's a big target, but he has some matrix-like maneuvers that do make it tricky. Oh, but a lovely looking pirouette from Pebbles. God, this is a good looking point. This has got history-making stuff written all over it. As long as no one messes it up with a routine dink. Oh, it's a nice slice dink there from Stone. Ooh. Irvine's cross-court slice dink has held up perfectly well so far to the counter dink from Stone. Stone using a slightly smaller backswing on his dink than Irvine. Irvine, I believe, getting a little extra spin. And there we go. A patient battle of chess becomes checkers at a moment's notice. And Stone getting the better of Warnick. What a rally. Jeez, that's what it's all about there, isn't it, folks? Good stuff. Two, 1-2 is the score. And Warnick leaping over the kitchen line, getting a hold of that one. But some good looking resets. And Stone rolling that volley through the middle. Very impressive. 1-2-1. That's not coming back. The forehand high volley of Irvine generally has enough power to restart a small planet. 2-1-1. Nice looking slice return from Stone. Forces the third ball error from Irvine. Two, 1-2, and the sun's coming out. Isn't that nice? And we're settling into a nice little dink fest again. Or are we? And that ball has caught a line and is skipped mere inches above the ground, making it unfortunately impossible to play the shot. So through no fault of their own, they've lost the point. What a bugger. 1-2-1. Stone serving to Irvine. I will have to ask her if it's Irvine or Irvine or Irvine. I forget. Sorry, Jesse. 1-2-2. And cries of "come on" from Tereschenko. And that ball has sailed a mere 16 feet long. Jeff does play a high risk, high reward kind of game, and when it works, oh geez, what can you do? But when it doesn't, it is not pretty. And that's a quick side out. Neither team really taking this game by the horns. Stone just testing the durability of the top of the net. Regulation height. Nice scramble there. He's worked hard at his movement and agility. I do like this battle. I'd love to see some more of that. Irvine versus Tereschenko in a forehand to forehand cross-court exchange. Irvine looking to take things out of the air as well as Tereschenko, but with different kinds of spin. That is possibly a great leave. The call was out, and it doesn't look like the ref is overruling anything. And Irina checking with the crowd, who reportedly aren't supposed to get involved, but that's just not pickleball, is it? Oh, that's a good reflex action there from Stone on the backhand side. 3-2-2. Tereschenko serving to Warnick. Irvine starting the attack early, and Tereschenko just missing that cross-court dink. Two, 3-1 is the score. That's a routine kind of third shot. And I'll be honest, not the finest display of third ballmanship from Warnick and Irvine. 3-2-1, blast off from Pebbles. That ball caught the line, skipped, but Tereschenko able to handle it. And it's some good-looking slice dinks. Very nice play there from Tereschenko, maintaining composure, doing the basics very well. And 4-2-1 is the score. Nice lean in. And Jessie Irvine using incredible speed there to get to that ball. And she's going to try and drag Stone off the court. Stone scrambles to recover and unfortunately unable to handle the Warnick attack. 4-2-2. It's fantastic pickleball here. If you're enjoying this, guys, make sure to like and to share. And that looks pretty good. There's a question of, did I make it? Almost a split there from Adam Stone. Straddle the line, hit the winner. Yeah, that's a game changer right there. If you want to learn those kinds of moves, head over to www.coachmepickleball.com. I'm not actually sure if we have a lesson really illustrating that particular one just yet, but who knows. Fantastic attacks there from Jessie. She manages to get so much pace out of her one-handed flick backhand volley from such a short distance. Other players needing a larger takeaway to maintain that kind of power, but she can do it from such a short distance that she's never sort of over-invested in an attack that she can't be prepared for the counter-attack. That's an important point for anyone watching out there. Whenever you're launching an attack, you have to expect it to come back. Not just expect it to come back, but launch your attack with a bit of an understanding of where the counter-attack is likely to come and be ready for it throughout your recovery. Hope that makes sense. And that return has just sailed a little long. And I'm pretty sure I saw Irina just tapping the right cheek of Adam Stone. That's something they're both going to be thinking about throughout this point. Possibly inadvertently, who knows? And Warnick comes out of nowhere, screeching. There, and there's a smell of burnt rubber coming from his 4-year-old New Balance shoes. Now that ball just catching the back of the line, it looks. And Warnick with incredible touch to be able to roll that ball and maintain its position within the barriers of a well marked out pickleball court. I will assume this is a clean 44 feet long. Hydration during the change of ends here. No coaching allowed. It's good to see none of these players drinking Diet Pepsi. Unlike one of the elite athletes in the bronze medal match, I won't mention any names. DJ Young. And we're just about to come back in, resuming play. 6-5-2 is the score, or is it? Oh, Warnick and the referee. Ah, this is always fun, isn't it? Good for the sport. Warnick arguing with a volunteer. Obviously they are playing for billions of dollars, and this is certainly worth doing. If you're at home, I would urge you to try to remember, at every stage of the game, the sport is more important than the game. Looks like we've reached an agreement. And we've got Jessie Irvine serving to Adam Stone at 6-5-1, apparently. Well, there you go, poetic justice. It's incredible how often the pickleball gods make the right choice. Oh, and that's good use of the net from Tereschenko. And some stoic looks of concern from young Irvine. 5-6-1. Stone serving to Irvine. And that's not pretty. 6-6-1 is the score. Fantastic hand speed. Wow. How those balls kept coming back is beyond me. I say beyond me because usually when I'm involved in that particular rally, I don't realize what's happened until the ball is beyond me. That's a good looking onslaught from the Tereschenko-Stone duo. 7-6-2 is the score. Stone just catching the top of the net there for a fairly routine third ball. 6-7-1. And that's a good looking return, a little bit of redemption. Oh, and a lefty switch perhaps. Just sprays wide, and we've got a second serve. 6-7-2. Oh, we might get another dink battle. No, Stone doing his job well, keeping Jeff honest. And that's good looking play there from young Adam Stone. Took his chances. He knows he has to redline if he's going to compete with the power and wingspan of Mr. Warnick. And there's another good use of the net. 8-6-2 is the score. Little switch after the serve. Trying to keep Irina and Jessie head to head. That's not pretty. Bit of a slip. Who knows, might have been something on the court. It might have just been an overly ambitious change. Great putaways there, lots of power coming from both the Stone and Tereschenko forehand overhead. That ball floated a little long. That's something that normally Adam might attack. A little gun shy to challenge Warnick in a heads-up battle. Settling into a nice Irvine Tereschenko. And there's some slap happy play here. Quickly became a game of tennis, and now we're back to pickleball. But a very precise game of pickleball. Look at these dinks. Gorgeous. That's the stuff dreams are made of right there. Weird pickleball dreams, obviously. Let's see who's going to get involved earliest, and that's good night, Irene. Tereschenko. And we've got 8-6-2. Stone serving to Warnick. And a good-looking counter-punch, giving the Irvine-Warnick team another chance. 6-8-1. Oh, miscommunication. Can they get out of this? Yes, it looks like it. Oh. That's nice. I'm not sure that's going to work. Generally, when you get the ball that high to the Tereschenko forehand, it does not come back. And there's a crack. There isn't a crack in this case, but normally. And she's just sprayed that a little wide. Very ambitious. (8-6-1) is the score. And Adam Stone coming out of nowhere, but more specifically the left side of the court, to hit a fantastic forehand put away. 9-6-1 is the score. 2 points away from victory. What a battle. Warnick resetting. This is as good as it gets. And Irvine and Warnick escape with their lives. And there's a timeout. That's a very effective timeout. That is a circuit breaker. When you come away from a rally of that kind of magnitude, players often realize that it wasn't just worth 1 point, and it can indicate a serious momentum shift. So just looking to cool things off, gather themselves before heading back out there, looking to serve for the match. Coming back in, we've got Adam Stone and Irina Tereschenko serving against Jesse Irvine and Jeff Warnick. 9-6-2. They've got Irina. She did a little loop-to-loop there. Went around the back of Stone and came in for the attack, anticipating the Stone forehand drive to be finding the court, and it did not. Nice touch there from Warnick. Not what he's known for, I'll be honest. And that's high enough for Stone to do something with. But the defense of Irvine and Warnick, very impressive. Up to the task. And that's another epic rally is upon us, folks. How's it going to end? What is going on? Oh, and the net gets involved. That was one of the greatest rallies the game has ever seen. A little bit of everything. 6-9-2. That could have been the most important point in the match. If they get this side out, they're looking good on serve. And Stone has tripped or cramped. Something looked like caught his foot there. 7-9-2. And the Irvine drive didn't need to be that good. There's a lot of adrenaline out there on the court. And we've got 9-7-1. God, it's a good battle. And that shot just sails slightly wide. That's giving them match point, championship point. 10-7-1. Adam Pebbles Stone serving to Jesse Irvine. And that third ball just sailing high enough for the Warnick forehand / backhand. But they've got another opportunity here. Good looking touch on the fifth ball from Stone. Will he settle back in? Nice cross-court dinking here. Irvine doing a great job of pushing back Stone on that one, and gets the better of Tereschenko down the line. Plenty of space open. 7-10-1. That could be enough, and that looks to be a lob. And the gasps for air echo around the arena, because that could be the shot that changes the game. And the ball has sailed, and it's a foot fault. That's not much fun. Okay, so we have a drastic turnaround here. Warnick and Irvine escaping purgatory. Coming back, there was a routine overhead from Stone that found the net. These lovely nets, donated by C&D Pickleball Nets. And then an error to bring the score, I believe, to 9-10-1. And the opportunity for Warnick and Irvine to tie the scores, possibly take game 3, push it to game 4. Wouldn't that be fun? 9-10-1. That's a good third shot under pressure. That first third you have to hit after a timeout. That's a tough one, but he's done well on that one. Nice looking dinks here from Irvine. Can Stone control the ball well enough to keep Warnick honest? The pressure on the young man from, I think, Texas? Yeah, I think he's a Texan. Dallas, perhaps. 10-10-1 is the score. If this does not go in favor of Stone and Tereschenko, there is no way Stone is watching this replay. Oh, that rhymes. Ha! 10-10-2 is the score. Fantastic defense. All right, they have another chance here. 10-10-1. Beautiful third. Can she reach it? Oh, Adam went for the switch, left some opening, and it was found. Beautiful control of the ball there. Great wheels by Irina, but couldn't quite make it. 10-10-2. That's a little high. She's going to have to settle it down with a 5th and a 7th. Does well. And that's around the post, but he's missed it. It looked like there was some opening. He may have rushed it. A little more patience, and that would have been a wide open opportunity. 10-10-1. Wind kicking up a little bit. Let's see if the third ball can get down. Wind 1, Warnick 0. 10-10-2. Oh, he's driven that one off the backhand. Well, it's not really a backhand, but I guess it is. Has Jesse missed a dink all day? And Warnick sprays that. So we've got the deadlock here at 10-10. 10-10-1. Who will be the first team to break the ice? And Stone, looking for some redemption, has found it in a poach play. Not really a poach, more of an intercept. It's a better word. Settling into a Tereschenko Irvine dink exchange. Stone getting involved. I can barely talk, it's too exciting. And that is it. Game, set, match, and championship. Adam Stone and Irina Tereschenko. Well done, Adam. You can watch the replay. And the crowd is on their feet. It's an exciting time to be alive in the game of pickleball. What a match. Good teamwork, camaraderie, gamesmanship. God, it had everything, that match. I loved it. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. There we have it. The winner of the inaugural California Open Mixed Doubles Pro, Adam Stone and Irina Tereschenko, defeating Jeff Warnick and Jesse Irvine in 3 games. Ah, what a battle. Well, that's it from me today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed our time together. If you want to hear and watch some more pickleball, there's going to be more exciting stuff tomorrow. Feel free to head on to www.coachmepickleball.com for another shameless plug. Take it easy, folks. We'll see you soon on the courts.